All right, so let's get to this Snowflakes reaction, man. All right, so Snowflakes, let's go.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings? But your pro-choice abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible,
with your pro-choice abortions kill more children.
Save our kids from the killings, but your pro-choice abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans.
He ain't lying.
He ain't lying. Americans do hate America more than anybody else.
Embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings.
They trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures. Now they are used to protect millennials' feelings.
Thanks for listening.
Nah, but don't you think everybody born after 1989 was just soft? I mean, it's pretty much here was the plan, and it made me realize, it made me think, okay, so why push Americans to work or pursue careers over family? So the reason why I believe that we are here is because America never cared about family in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You talk about people choosing family over corporations and money, and the love of money is the root of all evil. You talk about, you know what I'm saying, everything that they laid the foundation for in the 70s when they started child support, and all of that led us here. You know what I'm saying? All of that led us here. Single parent homes, mothers raising kids, and I think inherently they knew that without strong fathers, you can't have a lot of kids with character, or even if a father's in the home, he's not parenting correctly. You know what I'm saying? Coming from abusive homes, all this stuff. And I think it's a correlation of what we have today. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of movements that were created to create the culture we have. So a lot of people don't really have respect for what the plan was initially back in the day, was to create a culture, a lawless culture. A culture that doesn't feel shame, that feels like they can do everything they want, but actually cry about all their feelings. My feelings carry more than facts do. Anyway.
The warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. Hear him preaching at the
who was that? I forgot her name. Police
used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. Hear him preaching at the protest that hatred's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a
they preach tolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. Oh yeah, Blair White, yeah. I watched a couple of her videos, actually. The transgender Republican. Yeah, I watched a couple of her videos. She speaks with a lot of common sense. Like, she speaks with a lot of common sense. Like, got a good head on her shoulders. So it's funny. It makes sense why Tom would choose her for this video. All right, let's go back.
People, they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a race war here. Elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country.
Black lives only matter every 4 years. I do agree with that. That's 100% facts. Because, like, one of the biggest questions I have is why is the black vote so important when we get the black people who vote don't have anything done for them? Obama didn't do it when we thought Obama was gonna do it. You know, Clinton didn't really do it, but everybody loves Clinton. So it's definitely a very feelings-based culture.
Elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks who
give welfare to the bums and then forget about the veterans. Press 1 if you agree with Tom when he says that we forget about the veterans. Do y'all agree with that? Y'all agree with? I mean, I've heard some stories. You know,
They do.
I think we're the worst country when it comes to how we handle our veterans. And it's not even a racial thing. I think everybody gets screwed over. But then when they die, here's your veterans burial.
Yeah, that's the least what we can do.
Yeah, that's the least we can do is bury you like a veteran. But I've been on the streets for 40 years smoking. There was something I read on the internet, and it's something that we heavily neglect with our veterans. And it's like, it's something that in the ancient times where when warriors would come back from war, they would go through like some spiritual purification process. But I forgot what it was called. And a lot of people don't recover. Yeah. And a lot of people don't recover from war or the stuff that they see because they got a lot of spiritual oppression from war.
They suffer illness very heavy.
Like mental illness, post-traumatic stress disorder. Right. That's one of the biggest ones. But from what I understand, it's like it's an Eastern thing. But they supposed to go through like before they jump back into society, they supposed to go through like a spiritual purification process to get rid of all those spirits of war. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we don't acknowledge, that there's spiritual consequences to war.
So when they train them, they don't train them mentally. Well, they just really train them how to fight.
Right.
But it doesn't cater to any.
I mean, with any military branch, I mean, they would train them to fight. But as far as like how to heal from when they get back from war,
that's not in the training.
That's not in the training. Yeah, I believe the vets need better support, but I also believe that some vets abuse the support they get. Yeah, I mean, you get that on both sides. On both sides, you got veterans that take advantage of the system, and then you got veterans that need help, but they don't get it. So it's definitely a catch-22. And I think in everything, just like you get bad cops from that, you get bad cops when there's good cops. What I'm saying? We got to start being more fair about how we see things. Everything ain't black and white. Some of it is true. Like, some things are not right and wrong, but sometimes both things are true. But let's go.
Country and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
When they had Blair doing this with more flames line, it should have been an explosion in the back. Like just like a pyrotechnic going off.
Set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. But an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean. But if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They learned the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis. The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women.
All right, let's finish this. So much for posting this reaction.
The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women.
Hey, how do y'all feel about that? Actually, that transgender men are going into women's sports, breaking records. How do y'all feel about that? Now, I do feel like, my personal opinion, that they should have their own division. They should have their own division. Like, a man should not be fighting a woman, bro. That is the most punk ASS stuff I've ever heard in my life. Like, they had a video where a girl caught a pass out the backfield playing football against some boys, and she got clocked. Do you think they would agree with that though? Not to have their own division? You can't change biology. They should know that. Like, you can change your outside, but you can't change what you were born as.
These are the men playing women's sports, get trophies for winning. Like great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. If you're black, your life matters, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave, all of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming
If you're white, the stereotype is you are racist. Now, I don't believe every white person is racist. You know what I'm saying? So I judge the content of their character like that. But I do understand why a lot of black folks or people who have experienced racism from white people may be their default. All right, let's finish this SnowFlakes reaction.
gay, then you're brave, all of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism like that's the reason things are tough. While you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks, you're supporting what you stand against, you don't think you are. But a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Cause honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake, oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and propane. More flames, oh no. No more snowflakes.
We can all get along, but there's no stopping. Ay, everybody's wrong, that's the real problem. Ay, they don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Ay, soon enough, we running out of options. Ay, this ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. Ay, we ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. Ay, I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so fake.
I like that little breakdown right there. I like that breakdown. Let me go. I want to listen to that again.
Stop it. Ay,
No more snowflakes.
we can all get
Tired,
along,
sweet?
but there's no stopping. Ay,
Get a
everybody's
little
wrong, that's
tired.
the real problem. Ay, they don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Ay, soon enough, we running out of options. Ay, this ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. Ay, we ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. Ay, I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so
Snowflakes. Oh no.
The
Hold up.
forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and
Propane.
more flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes.
Oh, I like the sirens.
Yeah. I like them sirens at the end. Tasha liked them too.